Even if I touch a meal, and do it through the pain, I don't need the pain. And life gon' get me down, but it won't break my will. Cause I've been chasing this so long, I can't give up. I won't give in, been through too much. I done prayed for the money, I done prayed for the fame. I done prayed that I will make a sacrifice and play this game. I done prayed that my life would never be the same. I done prayed that I will make it bring glory to my name.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the NFL Coverage. We are winding here down at the end of season 2 of the podcast here. We only have 2 games left. We have the AFC and the NFC Championship, and then we will have the Super Bowl. I will not be covering the Pro Bowl or whatever how they're changing. I won't be covering that. Just the championship games that week, and then right after the Super Bowl. Obviously, those are going to be very short shows, so I appreciate you guys for staying tuned. If you've been staying tuned all season, I look forward to start kicking off season 3 with you guys. So real quick, we're just going to get straight into it. The divisional round, Kansas City beats the Houston Texans 23-14. Again, the game was fairly, it was a typical Kansas City game. Low scoring, a lot of defense being played, kind of here and there offensively. Travis Kelce did go off with Patrick Mahomes, so they do what they do. They win games. They win in the playoffs. Commanders Lions. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, the Lions were a favorite, but I did not count out the Washington Commanders. And I do believe last pod I talked about that if there was an underdog, I would take in that. At least I don't remember if I said this or not, but I was talking to my friends leading up to the game that if there was an underdog that I would bet, it would be Washington Commanders, because it was a minus 9.5 for the Detroit Lions. So if you were to bet Washington Commanders, even if they lose by less than 9, you'd still win that bet. That is a bet I would take, because I figured this game would be a lot closer than people were expecting. If Detroit was going to win, I expected the game to be close, but the complete opposite happened. The Commanders came out and absolutely dominated. Eckler at running back just had him a game. McLaurin had him absolute game. Jaden McDaniels is out there making plays, running with his legs, kind of doing it all. And then their defense was just holding it down there at the beginning or first half. Detroit did end up putting up 31 points towards the end, but the Commanders win 45-31. NFC. Eagles beat the Rams. It was a very competitive game. Rams looked like they were going to have the Eagles in a running, but Saquon Barkley, 200. I believe, let me double check. I believe it was 205 yards rushing on the ground. Just absolute, 205 for 2 touchdowns on 26 carries. His average was 7.8 per carry. If you let your running back, or if you're on the opposing team and the running back is averaging almost 8 yards per carry, it's going to be a very long night. And you're not going to win ball like that. Eagles win 28-22. The game everybody was anticipating, the Buffalo Bills versus the Baltimore Ravens. Very competitive game. It was a 2-point game, but the Buffalo Bills win it. Mark Andrews had a costly drop there at the end. But, things happen. Mark Andrews is a Hall of Fame tight end. He has been there. He is one of the greatest Raven tight ends to ever play the game. I'm a fan of Mark Andrews, but it's just down there at the wire. You just had a costly drop right there. But Buffalo Bills get it done 27-25. I was hoping the Ravens got it done because I really want to see Lamar get to that get to the promised land, get to the Super Bowl. I wanted Lamar Jackson to win. But they held Derrick Henry to 84 yards with 1 touchdown. He averaged 5.3. So still kind of, Derrick Henry, it's pretty good. If you're averaging 5.3 yards per run, that's good as a running back. So that is something I am curious to see how the Buffalo Bills handle with the Chiefs run game with Kareem Hunt, who had a good game last week to kind of keep the Chiefs ahead. I believe he scored the first touchdown for them. But we'll see. So AFC, NFC Championship. So AFC Championship, we have the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills. Chiefs are a 2-point favorite. They're expecting to be close. Most Chiefs games have been close. This one, I don't know. I don't know if I would bet on that game because it's so close. 2-point favorite. I could see the Bills taking that win. If you're just going to bet win-loss underdog, maybe I would take the Bills on that. But I think it's going to be a hard-fought game. It's going to come down to who plays better defense. Excuse me. As we know, the Chiefs' defense has been carrying them this season. And I believe if the Chiefs can stop the run, if the Chiefs can contain James Cook, then I think the Chiefs get it done. It's going to come down to the run game. I don't know how the weather is supposed to be in the forecast, but it's literally going to come down to the run game. Obviously, with the Bills, Stephon Diggs is out. Or not Stephon Diggs. Who am I thinking of? Is it? No, I'm losing. I'm getting things mixed up. But the Buffalo Bills is going to come down to getting that run game going. Now, looking at it, Chiefs have the 8th overall defense. Rushing defense is top 10, they're 8th. And then points allowed is 4th. So they have a solid defense. For the Bills offense, they have the top 10 rushing game. So this is really going to come down to who can stop the run. Can the Bills get going offensively in the run? And then can the Chiefs stop the run? That's what it's really going to come down to, because both of these guys passing, the Chiefs secondary is also really good. Their passing defense it's middle of the pack, but in terms of them doing a good enough job to let their pass rush get to it, it's going to come down to the run. And then the Commanders, for the Commanders and Eagles are a 6.5-point favorite. I think Eagles take this one. Again, I do expect it. I think it will be close. So I can see it going either way, but I think Eagles will handle this because of Saquon Barkley. With Saquon Barkley, I think he's going to have another 100-yard game. And I do think A.J. Brown is due for a blowout game, like an explosive game. He's been kind of quiet in recent games. So I do think this game, they get Saquon Barkley 100. I can see him having 150 rushing yards and a tutty. I can see A.J. Brown having anywhere from 80 to maybe 110 yards for a tutty or two. And then Jalen Hurts with a rushing touch. I can see kind of them doing it at the quarterback level, at the running back level, and also at the receiver level. And you also can't forget, they also have Devontae. Hang on, I actually need to look roster-wise, because I do believe, get Devontae Smith. I'm trying to see what his stats. I'm trying to remember what his stats were for last game, because I do think he has been quiet as well. But it's gonna come down. I think the Eagles kind of get it done on all levels offensively. So it's going to be a challenge for that Washington defense. Oh, where are we at? Let me backtrack. Give me 1 sec, everybody. Eagles. Yeah, Devontae Smith, he only had 4 catches for 21 yards. A.J. Brown had 2 catches for 14. So I think the emphasis for the Eagles this game is going to be, all right, we're going to get Saquon Barkley going early so that they'll load the box. That's going to open it up for A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith to kind of do their thing, because we know they are both dynamic playmakers. They are guys that are going to make you miss, and they are explosive downfield 50-50 ball guys. So we will see how that goes. And again, we only have 2 episodes left for the season. So appreciate you guys for watching. That's going to be all for this episode of the NFL Coverage, and we will catch you guys next time.
My destiny, I'm gonna chase my dreams. My